Good afternoon. My name is Teresa. My business is Teresa Marie Art and Design, but I'm also an artist and a gardener. I use both of those things in the work I do and in my hobbies. I wanted to show you about some ways that you could extend the life of your tools in the garden. One of the things is I use these products, and one of them is by Alpha Woodworking or Alpha Wolf Woodworking. It's a board butter, and this has ingredients that are mineral oil and beeswax. When they recommend that you use a rag to condition your tools, but also I just like to use my hands because these ingredients, they'll condition your hands when you're gardening. So what I did with this is I conditioned this leather tool, and it has a belt where you could put a belt on it and put it around your waist. This is a Nori Nori tool, and I put a red ribbon on there because sometimes I'm losing my tool in the garden. But this conditions the wood to extend the life of it. I also use a product that is called Daly's Wood Finishing Products. It's a kitchen wood treatment. All it says is that it has high grade, non toxic ingredients, but I think it's like a glycerin. And this is what it looks like on the inside. It looks like this. So I believe it's a glycerin. And I rub that in. Sometimes the tools, they'll have splinters, so that's why it's good to either wear gloves or a rag, but just be careful. And then another one I've used, it is by, it's called Safe Salve, and it has beeswax and it has essential oils such as lemon and rosemary, and it's made in Tahula, Washington. So that's another one. It's a multi-purpose balm. You could use it on your hands, but you could also use it on your wood tools. One of the things I also have is I have mason bees, and I have one of these. And if you can look close, that's where the mason bees, they take mud and then they go in there and they pack in and they have all the little bees in there. So I've conditioned this one, but I wanted to show you the difference between the two. Here's one that I have not conditioned. So it makes it more waterproof. And I know that you could go to the gardening stores and they have these mason bee nests like this, and they have little tubes in there. And then they recommend pulling out the tubes and cleaning it out. But I would prefer not to do that. That's just my personal opinion because I feel like it disturbs the bees. I know that at the garden stores, they say that they recommend the little tubes so that you could clean out all the germs and the bacteria and the spider mites. But I haven't had any problems with spider mites. And I just like to condition my my mason bee nests with, and then this makes it also waterproof. So I like to just allow the bees to do their job and to get rid of the spider mites and the germs. And then I just do my job and I just condition this and make it waterproof. Another thing that I've done is I also have something else that I use for my starts. So that I already conditioned this, and I like to have it on a sunny patio, and I just rubbed it in with my hands. I put sunflower seeds in there, and there's little holes in here, air holes. And this is the size. So these are going to be giant sunflower seeds. And I've been trying to plant sunflower seeds, and occasionally I'm successful. But what's happened is that The birds and wildlife have discovered all that I do in my gardens, so they love to eat those little starts, and I don't want them to eat my giant sunflower starts, so I put it in this here that helps to protect them. I also have a garden shed. I don't have the Wi-Fi reception set up yet, so I can't get back there, but you could see my garden shed there, and it has windows on the doors as well, so it gets enough sunlight that I could use it a little bit like a garden shed, greenhouse. So I have my tools in there, but I could also use it to do my starts when the weather is really cold and it gets enough um, sun window. So this right here, just to give you an idea, I have a lot of trees in my garden. So if you look this direction here, that is true east at an angle. And then over here, so if I look at my garden, at the garden shed there, so that's facing south. The windows are facing south, but it's more at an angle, so it gets a good amount of sun. So just wanted to share those with you because taking care of your garden tools is really important, and that helps to save money. So money saved is money earned, and also just taking good care of your hands. I wear gloves, but sometimes the dirt gets in there when you're working in the garden. I get so busy, so I like to take these like beeswax and with the minerals, and I will put these on my hands, and it protects my hands from the dirt. And then I'll put on my gloves. And don't wear nice jewelry in the garden. I don't normally wear nice jewelry in the garden, but I am doing a little video. So I always try not to wear nice jewelry in the garden. And then I just put on my gloves, protect my hands. These gloves I got from a friend, and these are by Miracle-Gro, but I've tried lots of different garden gloves. Some of the gloves, they have leather, so then I'll use my board butter and just rub it on the garden gloves that are leather, and that'll help to keep the garden gloves lasting longer. Even with these, I will rub these on, even though they're plastic or rubber. I will rub that on when I'm working in the garden, and that'll help to prolong the garden gloves. And after you're working in the garden a lot, just the minerals and the soil and the dirt, it's going to wear holes in the fingertips of your garden gloves. But this is one way to prolong the use of even your garden gloves as well. So just a few tips on saving money. And I've had a garden hat for probably close to 40 years. It's pretty beat up. It's a straw hat, and I use that to protect my face from the sun. This hat I just got for my birthday last month from a friend of mine, a brand new hat, and these gloves, and then the sunflower seeds from my friend for my birthday. So thank you for joining me, and look forward to seeing you talking about more gardening ideas. And I also do a lot of artwork, and all the artwork I do is inspired by nature and my work